things that go bump in the night.
What the? Jesus!
Me.
Jerk.
Sam B. Okay. Shrunken head, broken legs, body parts on the concrete. Cut 'em up, butcher style gators in the swamp. Red light, leave 'em dead, running like a track meet. Scared of nobody.
You know who I am. Give any idea who you're talking to. Or maybe you saw me in the playoffs. I played for the fucking goddamn champions.
Cooking meat, cannibal trying to eat. I got a zombie army, and you can't harm me.
Hey, watch it.
Dead Island originally released on September 6th, 2011, and it was developed by Techland and it was released by Deep Silver. This game originally came out for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Does anyone remember back in the 2010s when we used to just get a bunch of dystopian movies? The same thing was happening in the gaming world with titles like Call of Duty Zombies, The Walking Dead, Dead Rising, and Dying Light, and of course, Dead Island. Dead Island follows the story of 4 characters who are in a resort in Australia when a zombie apocalypse breaks out. The characters are as follows: Logan, a throwing expert; Perna, a firearms expert; Zion, a sharp weapons expert; and Sam B, which is the character I chose, and he is a blunt weapons expert.
I grew up in New Orleans.
Now that we have our character selected, it's time to do the prologue. In this prologue, you wake up in a hotel right after zombie apocalypse has started. This game strongly suggests you become a kleptomaniac. That is the best way to collect cash. As I'm trying to escape the hotel, I figure out the skill check system in this game, which is breaking through locked doors. As I find a balcony in this game, I come across the first jump scare.
Oh shit. That is crazy.
After that cutscene, we try to head down the elevator shaft.
Oh no, this is not good. Oh, we've all the way down to the bottom.
If you're Australian, what I might say might come off as a little offensive.
Ah, we're Australian? Oh no, just leave me. I don't want to be in Australia.
All jokes aside, this is Cinemoy, and he's going to be a lot of help for us during this story. After I disrespected Cinemoy's whole nation, he helped me get out of the elevator.
Oh, come on, come on, come on. Aw, these guys are definitely Aussies.
And with that, we wrap up the prologue and we move on to the outside, to the beach.
Bro, what happened to Anna? Dominic, what is this haircut? What the hell?
After meeting my fellow survivors, I was told I need to go outside and help Cinemoy. So with nothing but just a paddle, I decided I was going to go outside and fight my first zombie. And that lasted right about 2 seconds before I got hit instantly. But I got right up and shook it off and helped Cinemoy, and we were able to save him. While fighting, Cinemoy throws out this throwaway line that just straight up isn't true.
Oh, it's like The Walking Dead. I think you lied to me. I don't think you know how the zombie apocalypse works, man. You said hit him in the head. This dude got his head right there, and he's fine. Look at him.
Since we are officially done with the prologue in that first chapter, we are able to invite our friend Valentine in to help us out with the rest of this game.
Hey, what up, Sam B?
So Cinemoy was telling us that this little hut that we're staying in is a little dangerous and we need to move up to a lifeguard tower.
This guy thinks he's slick, bro. You can hear his ass breathing. Fat ass.
Where?
Watch this shit.
Oh, let me try.
Valentine knows his way pretty well around this game, so he was showing me all the tips and tricks.
Yeah, you come here first, cause then you can unlock the
Get his ass.
little table right there. Here, bro, do you want these brass knuckles? I can't throw them. My guy's all about throwing shit.
And for those that were screaming at me to use my skill point, I finally figured out how to do so. There's 3 different trees. They have Fury, Combat, and Survival. I decided to start on the Combat skill tree, and all this did was give me a better chance to get crits and made my weapon a little bit stronger.
I'm a heavy hitter.
And you will find snacks and energy drinks around the map, and what that will do is it'll just heal up a little bit of your health. On the way to the lifeguard tower, we found a man sitting in a pool of blood.
I found the rest of them.
Bro, you skinned their asses. The fuck?
So since this was my first time playing this game, I didn't know how to make a private lobby, and we actually had someone join us. Shout out Phantom Wolf.
Someone else joined. What the fuck? Who is this?
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is that?
So after all the shenanigans, we got back on track and we got to the lifeguard tower, and all we had to do was clear out all the zombies here. After we did that, we first got introduced to the new zombie variant, which is a thug. It's just a bigger zombie, really. I don't honestly see any other difference. The big thing is that they will put you on your ass real quick. We took care of him pretty quick, and then we headed back to Cinemoy. Now that we cleared out the lifeguard tower, Cinemoy and all the crew are coming up here. Now that the lifeguard tower is all set up, we have access to a truck, and the first thing we do is go out and try to get some food and water for the group. Side note, driving in this game is so ridiculously hard, but that's kind of what makes it really fun. We pull up to the gas station looking to get some supplies. There was only one package of food here, so we actually had to head to a different gas station.
What the fuck? He's coming through the door.
This next gas station that we went to was super dangerous, and there was a lot of thugs inside of it. And unfortunately, this is where I take my first death of the game.
Suicide.
There's gotta be a better way than that.
I burned him, bro. Oh shit, I didn't even kill a thug.
Whenever we cleared all that out, we just had to get the food out of the building.
Oh, maybe.
Throw it up.
I'm trying.
We now had all the food that we needed, and we were heading back to the lifeguard tower. After we unload all the food, we go talk to Cinemoy, and he starts hinting at us needing to go to the city. But first, we need to armor a truck, so we needed to get one from the hotel. One of the coolest features of this game is the crafting system, in which you just find parts around the game and you add them to your weapons to make them super cool. The first thing that I crafted is I turned my baseball bat into a saw blade, and is called the Ripper mod, and it looks pretty badass. That being said, we are now ready to drive over to the hotel and try to get an armored vehicle. My first chance to use my new weapon, and let's say I just fell in love.
Oh.
It's pretty cool, huh?
I'm a fan.
After getting back inside of the hotel, we ended up in an elevator shaft where we met Mike Davis.
I was like, yeah, bro. I would have no problem eating somebody to stay alive.
What?
To basically sum up what he was saying, the security doors were locked and we were going to have a hard time getting down to the basement and into the garage, but he could help us out.
Should we sneak around or should we fuck him up? Oh, damn, you got me fucked up.
You ain't got no arms no more. Come on now. Keep swinging. Oh.
As we were clearing out all the rooms, we came across the newest variant, which is the Infected. These zombies aren't nearly as strong as a walker, let alone a thug, but they are very damn quick. After we clear out all those rooms, we come across the guy that was going to help us out, and it seems like he ain't doing too hot.
I'm on my way.
He says he wants us to be alone.
Are they cute? Oh, hey, yo, what?
So pretty much he sent us on a fetch quest to go get him some morphine. So we found the lab that had the morphine. There was just a thug guarding it, but we took care of him real quick, and then we were able to grab the morphine and take it back to him.
Alright, bro, we got your fucking morphine.
So it turns out Ken's a bit of a junkie, and we actually needed to find him some more.
You need more.
This guy's tweaking, bro.
But it turns out the shit we gave Ken was actually laced, and he couldn't hang. Rest in peace. So the next thing they wanted us to do is head down to the security room so we can unlock the garage.
I mean, yeah, but I've never heard of that one.
Well, it's like the same shit, but with flashlights. Do you know what flashlights are?
So after we cleared a path to the security room, we came across Mike Davis. And I'm sorry, Mike, we kind of clowned you a little too hard.
Oh, this is the dude that had the fucking bald spot.
Holy shit, he does got a big ass bald spot.
It's time to let it go.
Anyways, back to the story. Pretty much all he was telling us is that they're trying to reboot the system so that we would be able to get down to the garage. So we rebooted the computer by just holding square. After that, we head back over to Mike.
Bro, this dude's gotta let it go. Every time I talk to him, it's all I notice.
Anyways, Mike told us that we were all good to go and we should go ahead and go get that truck and get out of there. After we took down the last thug, we were all good to go.
Get the shit out of him.
And that was the end of the hotel. We are actually all good to go with the truck, and we head back to the lifeguard tower. After we dropped off the truck, I just looked off into the horizon and remember that I'm still on a vacation. The next thing Cinemoy wants us to do is to go reinforce the truck, so we had to go find a mechanic.
Sure.
When I was younger and I couldn't read, I used to get confused on which one was Lifeguard Tower and which one was Lighthouse on the fast travel.
I haven't really mentioned the lighthouse this entire time. I honestly feel like it is the most pointless POI in any video game ever. So we got back to the story. We found the mechanic. All we had to do was clear out all the zombies around the building. This is the start of a long list of me and Valentine killing each other with the explosive canisters.
For the greater good.
What the fuck? The greater good? You bitch.
You see, there's no other way to really kill each other. There's no friendly fire. So Molotovs and explosive canisters are really the only way to go about it. When we got inside, the mechanic told us that he just needed us to protect him while he worked on the car. That being said, a whole horde of zombies kind of just pulled up out of nowhere, but we got things taken care of. After we finished things up outside, we came inside and the mechanic had the truck done, and I will say it looked good. It looked good. I'm definitely not looking forward to driving with those bars across the windshield, though. On the way out, the mechanic tried to pawn off his daughter as well, saying that we need to take her.
She gonna die, huh?
And Jen kind of acts like a storage bin. You're able to like have her hold weapons for you, and she is now officially a part of the group. And crazy enough, this is actually the conclusion to Act 1, and we are now heading into Act 2, also known as The City. And I still just sometimes can't believe this game was made in 2011. It just looks so great. Since now that we are in the city, this is as good a time as any to talk about it. We have not really been doing a whole lot of the side quests throughout this game, and we will continue not to. We do the short ones where we can give up batteries or other things for some quick cash and XP, but we didn't go through and do a lot of the side quests because that will add a lot of time onto this recording. And I didn't want this video to be 6 hours long. So after we get to the city, we end up in a church, and the person that runs things around here is a nun named Helen. And the first thing she wants us to do is escort Joseph down to the sewer system because there's an issue and he needs to fix it. Okay, so now we're going to talk about something I really don't enjoy about this game, and that is the escort missions. I think they are the biggest way to slow your character down and your progression down. You have to escort a character from point A to point B, very standard. Joseph, just like all the other characters you will escort, is super slow. And it's hard to not feel like they added this just to make the game take longer to beat. So I really don't enjoy this feature, but at the same time, I guess I have to understand that in reality, not everyone's running everywhere, and we do need Joseph to fix the sewer maintenance. So he really is necessary for this mission, but at the same time, it just feels kind of like a slap in the face to have to babysit this man while he walks throughout a zombie apocalypse. Like, only the strong would survive in an apocalypse, and we have to deal with this bullshit. Okay, so we made our way down into the sewer, and we are introduced to the newest zombie archetype, and this is the floater. I will say this dude is a pain in the ass. I am such a fan, though, of how many different zombie types they do have in this game. It definitely keeps things fresh, but holy shit, this dude is a tank. I'm just kidding. This dude is one of the easiest zombies in the game to kill. I will say, while playing this game, I just have to take a moment and really appreciate like the aesthetic of all of the locations in this game, especially the resort and the city. I feel like they knocked it out of the park when it comes to like the setting. I really do enjoy that aspect of this game quite a bit, and it makes it so enjoyable to explore these areas. So we finished out that mission, and we are actually on our way to the police station because we are looking for Gabriel. He has gone missing over there, and he was trying to fix the water pump system as well. Now that we are in the city, it seems like the population has doubled, if not tripled, which is very realistic, and I will say that is such a great thing. The amount of zombies you run into in between missions is definitely quite frequent. So everyone that we have ran into up until this point has been friendlies, people that want to help. This is our first encounter with what would realistically happen in a zombie apocalypse or any apocalypse of that kind, where people do become looters and they do want to steal from others and have all the power. And I really do always enjoy this aspect of things when it comes to an apocalypse, seeing the looters and the people that weren't great people before the apocalypse really step into their element. It added another level of combat to this game that it really needed. And actually during this mission, we were introduced to guns for the first time as well, being able to get our own. And ammo in this game is quite easy to come by as well, where in other zombie games, it can be a little difficult to get ammo, but in this one, they kind of just have it sitting everywhere, so it's never really an issue, especially later in the game. Like every break room pretty much has like a full stock up, so you don't have to be too stingy with your ammo, but the guns honestly aren't nearly as strong as some melee weapons as well, so that's kind of like the trade-off where they have that range, but melee weapons are kind of king in this game, and I do really appreciate that.
Great. Yeah, it's going.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
After we did clear out the guys that had the guns, we did find Dominic, who was missing from earlier. So now that everything's cleared out, we head back to the control room and they are able to get the water back up and running and we are done with this mission. So we head back to the church. So I haven't used my Fury at all during this whole playthrough. So I decided to use it on the way back to the church. And I will just say, I don't know if I'm using it wrong, but it seems kind of useless in a sense where if you get hit, you get thrown right out of it. And it's kind of hard to avoid getting hit when you're using blunt weapons. Maybe it's a skill issue. I don't know. Maybe I suck, but I do not enjoy it. When we got back to the church, we decided we were going to do some side missions. One of them included getting insulin for this girl's daughter. So we went ahead and did that.
Let's go talk to Big Booty Jin, bro.
Big booty.
See what's
Jin.
going on.
So at this point, we are heading back to the resort so we could talk to Cinemoy about the man on the radio. And I haven't really mentioned him much, but the man on the radio is a guy at the prison who is trying to kind of help us throughout the apocalypse. We don't know his identity or know him at all, but it is a bit of foreshadowing, and we will get to that later. So we actually haven't been able to contact him for 2 days, and Cinemoy thinks that we need to get up to the top of the hotel to fix the antenna so we can contact him again. Everything about this dude is weird. Look at his fucking arm tats. This is not someone I want to be taking orders from.
I just see you in the back, like, creeping behind him.
So we made our way back to the hotel, and we thought we were going to have to climb all the way back up throughout. But as soon as you go through the front door, it just takes you right to the roof.
Oh, shit. This random guy next to us.
Okay, so we are able to talk to the man, the voice. Up until this point, we did not know that he was at the prison, and this is kind of them just figuring that out. We're not going to be able to get over there with the car, so the group's trying to figure out how they're going to make their way over to the prison since it is on an island. So now we need to find a boat.
First, we need to find a goddamn boat.
The voice knows exactly where we can find one at and someone who can guide us through the minefield that is outside the prison. He's a smuggler and he's at the jungle, so that's where we need to head next. God damn, bro, what's the routine? Anyways, Mike had a throwaway line earlier about knowing some things about the jungle, so that's who we go talk to. He pretty much just tells us that shit's kind of whack out there and people are crazy. So we take his word and we are on our way to the jungle. Anyways, they have these old war bunkers that you can use to get to the jungle and back. And we have to do another escort mission where we take Jin down to the bunker. And I will say this shit is so boring and it takes so long. And it's probably why I don't like Jin by the end of this game, because you have to escort her so much and she never, ever has a third effort. She's always trying to walk. Like, bro, we are in a zombie apocalypse. Lock in. Quick note I've noticed is that the pacing of this game is kind of crazy, where Act 1 is significantly longer than the rest of the game. I don't know why they decided to go this route, but by the time you get to Act 2, it didn't seem like much gameplay, and Act 3 is even less, and I can't even imagine Act 4 being more. It's kind of a pacing issue I caught on pretty early on whenever we did get to the city, where it seemed like we were just running right through and it was not nearly as fleshed out as the resort timeline. But nonetheless, we are now in the jungle. This is where we find out Sam B supposedly has a phobia of the jungle for some reason, or maybe just a phobia of zombies at this point. He's kind of freaking out and scaring the group. Logan's kind of stepped in as the natural leader, the man that gets shit done. Same with Perna. They're kind of both like co-leaders, where Sam B is kind of just freaking out for the rest of the game. Okay, so it turns out the lab that we are looking for is also getting overran by zombies, so we need to head over there as quick as we can and clear it all out. In the jungle, since it's a lot more spread out, we are able to drive cars again, which I was definitely excited for. I missed driving them around in the resort when we did head out to the city. I will say, though, in the jungle, I said this earlier, this place is bland and it all kind of blends together. It is not my favorite POI of the game, and you will see why later also with how the missions are. I definitely feel like the city and the resort are the two strongest, and this is one of the weaker ones for sure. We get to a point where we can't drive the truck any further, and we have to escort Jin to the river village. So we are heading to the lab, but before we can get there, we have to take a boat from one side of the jungle to the next. When we get to the river village, we have to talk to a guy named Tobias, and he tells us that we need to go recover some guns and ammo that were stolen from him. On our way over to do the mission, we came across the new zombie variant, and all I gotta say is this dude looks scary as fuck. We are at a point in this game though where nothing really phases us. Our weapons are so high leveled and so strong that the zombies don't really cause any threat, let alone the new zombie as well. I mean, he was pretty easy to kill, and it's kind of been a running theme is that we are kind of overpowered throughout the whole experience of this game, which I don't know if that's what they intended, but it can definitely come off as a little too easy at times, especially whenever they do have those zombies that are supposed to pose more of a threat. And we are back to PvP combat. I didn't expect there to be zombies since we are retrieving something that was stolen. I will say this is starting to get a little repetitive because the guns that they shoot at you, they have stormtrooper aim, and then whenever they do hit you, they don't really hurt all that bad. We're at this point in this game where we are kind of gods compared to anyone else. There's no real challenge. Other than that, we were just collecting the supplies that were stolen and heading back over to the river village. When we get back, we give him the supplies, and then he decides that he will help us out and scratch our back. So we are now going to go find the boat and kill the guy that stole it. Also, I don't know what the lore is, but this dude just keeps getting his chain snatched. I don't know what keeps happening. All of his shit keeps getting stolen. And you guessed it, more PvP. I was really a huge fan of this whenever it was first introduced in the city, but now it's so repetitive. Like I said, there's really no challenge. I don't know if there's any way to make the game more difficult, so maybe it's my fault, but these dudes literally just can't hit their shots. What are you aiming at? Now that we killed everyone else, it was time to kill the ringleader of Fron so we can get the boat back. And after we did that, it was time to head back over to the river village. So we find Moen after all this time, and apparently he doesn't know the way to the prison, so the voice was lying. So now we have to head over to the lab to see if they can find us a way over. We are now at the laboratory where we have to really clear it out. There's a whole lot of zombies up in here. Once we do that and we're able to get inside, we now are able to talk to Dr. West, who is in charge of things around here. Apparently, after talking with Dr. West for a little bit, we figure out that he's trying to find a cure for the whole thing. And apparently it has something to do with the locals around here. So we need to find someone from the Opes clan that hasn't been infected so they can use some of their blood to try to find a cure. So we pull up on the clan of the Opes and we are talking to their leader.
I like how he walks.
He walks like he just got done taking
Disaster.
it. So apparently all the people over here ate the flesh of the immortals, so they are not pure enough. So we have to head over to the other side of their village and we have to escort this dude across. And this dude walks so fucking slow. 23 minutes later and we are still escorting this man. We had to take him from one end of the jungle all the way to the next. I started this recording at the beginning of this mission and it is 25 minutes long and 99% of it was escorting this guy through the jungle. He starts running a little bit quicker whenever you do get him through past the boat, but getting him from one side of the island to the next, especially with all the zombies that come out of nowhere to start berating your ass, this is the worst mission in the entire game, and I don't care what anyone says. After taking Forrest Gump across the entirety of the United States, we are finally ready to finish this mission. And remember how we're here to pick up someone else? So guess what we get to do after this girl wakes up? I can't lie, I didn't record much of this next part, but we get to escort her all the way back to the laboratory, which was right next to where we started. That is the biggest cardinal sin of this game, is how they padded out majority of this game's runtime with escort missions when the characters that you escort are super slow. We make it back to the laboratory with Yerma and we are talking to Dr. West in the voice. The voice is talking about Emily. She's very sick and she's been bitten at this point, so we need to find out a cure quick. So after Dr. West works on the cure, we are going to head over to Moen and he's going to try to get us ready to head over to the prison. So it turns out Moen's a fucking liar. He told us that he didn't know his way to the prison, but it turned out he did. He was just scared. But before we go though, we have to get some things. We have to go get some gas from the city. This next mission is actually one of the harder ones throughout the entire game, is carrying a gas canister. We did split up at this point because the gas canisters were pretty spread apart. But yeah, we are now at a point where we have to carry the gas canister throughout the entire city. And if you don't remember earlier, me telling you, the city has a lot of zombies everywhere. And it probably would have been smarter for us to stick together, but we wanted to get it done pretty quick. So we spread out, and we are just trying to run throughout the entire city with gas canisters in our hands. Since we are heading out to the water next to the prison that has those things that will explode, we need rods to push them out of the way so we don't hit any of them. So we're heading over to the resort, over to Jen's workshop to get some. So we get there and we grab the rods and we head back to the boat, but then Jen says she has something that she needs to do alone, so we wait for her.
Shit, he's alive. Oh shit.
I don't think so. Looks like a zombie to me, buddy.
Plot twist, he's immune too.
You don't look
He's
very
like, hey, you
immune.
motherfuckers left me. Oh.
As we're about to head over to the prison, we hear from the voice that he heard screams at the lab and we need to drop everything and head over there and check it out. By the time we got there, it was already too late. The entire place has been overran. After we cleared out all the zombies, we seen that Yerma was still alive in a cage, and we also found out that the cure was already done. And now it is time to head over to the prison.
Hey, we getting there, man. That's crazy.
I unlocked all the doors I could. Not very many, unfortunately. I don't have access to much of the security grid since it's on emergency power.
We are now on to Act 4, the final act of the game. So we finally made it to the prison, and it is safe to say the people here are just a little bit different. This is where we meet Titus. He's in charge of things here at the prison. We tell him that we want to get the Block C so we can talk to the guy that was the voice, and he says that we need to help him out first by rescuing one of his friends. So we cleared out a way and we found Titus's friend, and you guessed it, it is another escort mission, so we escort him back over to Titus.
Escort, yay!
So we go back over to Titus and we talk to him, and he comes up with some more bullshit saying we got to scratch his back some more, so we give in and we do another mission for him. This time he wants us to stock up a bunch of convicts with ammo and weapons, so I guess we just do it.
You motherfucker.
On our way to the armory, we bump into a guy named Kevin, and he's telling us that we're going to have a hard time getting in without the master key, and the warden had the key, so we need to find it and steal it off of him. We found our way to his office, and he was still alive, so we took care of him real quick, and then we stole his key.
I still protect you even though you killed me 3 times. Bro.
So after all of our hard work, we finally got into the armory, and all we got was one small box of ammo, which we probably used way more ammo to get into the armory by killing all the zombies, and some batons. To say this was kind of meaningless is not far from the truth. I was a little disappointed, but we move. So we head back to Titus with our findings, and he kind of just drops another mission on us, so we have to go get some food for him now.
For what?
Okay, so we get the food and we take it back to Titus, and this motherfucker has another thing for us to do. This dude knows that we need him to get to cell block C, so he's making us do his entire laundry list of shit. So the last thing we have to do is clean out cell block B, from what I understand. And as we were doing that, the voice phones us and tells us that we need to drop everything and head over to cell block C right now because there is an emergency and we have to head through the sewers. So that's exactly what we do. At some point, Yerma and Jin also join us, so we are all heading up to the roof as a group, and the voice tells us that we need to take this elevator to get up.
What is that gas, bro? What the heck, bro? Who's hotboxing this bitch? It's Yerma, bro. I already know it.
So we all pass out, and then Kevin, out of all people, is the one that saves us. And when we wake up, Logan had the vaccine on him and he can't find it. And we put 2 and 2 together and we realized that we got fleeced. So we have to head up to the roof and make sure he doesn't get away with the vaccine with the chopper. So we get up to the roof and we're fucking up some zombies, and then out of nowhere,
I don't have to explain myself to you.
Look, your wife is gone. Look at her. She ain't coming back.
Oh shit, she a zombie. Is this the governor? Damn. No.
The baddie.
Oh, it's just gonna. What is it gonna do to him?
unfortunately, we were too leveled up and this fight was over before it even began. Bro, that was the easiest boss I think I've ever seen in any game ever. With that being said, we officially beat Dead Island, and it's now time to talk about it. For me, the game itself, with its many flaws, was very fun and held up surprisingly well for coming out in 2011. While the gameplay was quite repetitive, especially towards the end, I can't say I didn't enjoy every second of it. I would give this game a solid 7 vowels out of 10, and I would love to play another story game similar to this in the future. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Have a great day, and don't get anyone pregnant. Bye.